This is the Handsome Dick Manitoba program on YouTube, not to be confused with Handsome Dick Manitoba's Chef of the Future program, also on YouTube, once a week. I teach you how to cook something. I share my kitchen expertise with you. This is me just whatever, slice of life. Sometimes I call it, some episodes, PTC. P as in Peter, T as in Thomas, C as in Charlie. That means pissed to capacity. There's a few things that have me pissed to capacity this week. But before that, let me start out with Nice Guy, Manitoba. See this mask? Can you see it clearly? The name? Here's your name. I'm a punk rocker, baby. I'm OG from back in the day. And I love the Grateful Dead. There's a Grateful Dead mask. You wish you were that cool. If you want to get something cool like this, or David Bowie, or I have a great Beatles one, go to joannaha.com. Let me spell it for you. There's no H. It's Joanna. Ha. Last name, like you're laughing. Ha. H-A. Joanna, ha.com. She is a South Korean, beautiful young lady who designs all kinds of great stuff. And I bought a few of these from her, and I couldn't wait to show off my Grateful Dead mask. And let me say this. I have to say this. I'm a man. Even though I'm going to be 67, I don't care. And even though she's much younger than me, well, she's not like 12. I don't know how old she is, but but I could definitely adopt her as my daughter. She's gorgeous. I mean, she's drop-dead gorgeous and sexy and wonderful and really talented and makes great stuff. So support her, buy stuff from her website, Joanna, Joanna, ha.com. Okay, now, with these dark glasses on, I might look like the coolest mofo, but I got to take them off so I can read what I need to read. How about we do some shout-outs and thank yous first? Let people know that I care, and people who treat me well and with love, I got to throw some love back their way. Let me start with Michael Butler, a man who has talked to me on the phone literally hundreds of hours in the last 2 years, helping me get my podcast together, helping me, buying equipment for me and showing me how to use equipment and what plug to use. I don't know. My son is so damn tired of answering my questions about what plug do I use. Is it a lightning cable? Is it an ABDC to C cable? It's just not my thing, man. Michael Butler has a great band out in San Francisco, where he tells me these days, even though I told him it's like one of the most beautiful cities in America, he tells me it's like shit everywhere. Everybody shits in the streets. This is what I hear. You walk all over the streets and all you do is smell shit. His band, The Butlers, is great. I would go with them out as my backup band anytime. They all sing great and play great. And the guy started doing shows, podcasts, in 2004. He's done, I don't know, like thousands of podcasts, like ridiculous. He's done probably as many podcasts as anybody. Starting in 2004. Nobody knew what a podcast was in 2004. Excuse me. And here's a guy I haven't mentioned, and I owe him one. His name is Joseph Arthur. And he has a podcast called Come to Where I Am. And he invited me on to his show. And I never met the guy before. And, you know, I could take 20 minutes telling you my name. So me and Joe sat down for 2 hours and talked. And it was fluid. It was easy. He was a very easy guy to talk to. That's why he's good at his show. On episode 108 of Come to Where I'm From, Joseph Arthur and me hung out for 2 hours. If you'd like to contribute to his podcast, you just go to patreon.com/come to where I am. That's Patreon, Patreon.com, come to where I am. If you'd like to contribute to moi, and I don't ask for a lot, I ask for a simple thing someone taught me a long time ago in podcasting and in this stuff on YouTube, on whatever you do, whatever I give you. If I give you a recipe, if I give you this and you like this, if I give you a podcast and you like the podcast, if you are getting entertainment value, if it means something to you, if you like it, throw a few bucks in. I'm actually shooting for 2,000 Dictator fans to put in either 25 cents a week, $12 a year would be better, and instead of getting 25 cents every week, or $24 a year. It's only 50 cents a week. And you get the podcast, and you get this, and you get that, and you get this. I've been entertaining for 45 years. This is what I do. And like I say, if you think I'm an asshole, you think it's shit, turn it off, go to somebody else's. But I'm doing this from my house. I'm sitting in my living room right now. I don't have money to do this. It costs money. It costs me a few bucks a month to put it together. So anyway, 25 or 50 cents a week, $12 or $24 a year. And just, look, I'm not going to go through all the things where you can send it to. You can go to Patreon, you can go to Stitcher, you can go to iTunes. So just go to handsomedickmanitoba.com and hit the donate button. handsomedickmanitoba.com, hit the donate button. If you feel you're getting value, then throw something my way. A couple of shekels, you know what I mean? That's what us Jews call it, shekels. Did you check out my Chef of the Future recently? You got to have patience. If you don't want to watch 32 minutes of me making cornbread, it's not just cornbread. Of course, it's storytelling, jokes, ridiculousness, and cornbread. What happened here? Storytelling, jokes, ridiculousness, and cornbread. So if you want to watch that, it's on. It's on the Handsome Dick Manitoba program on YouTube. That's my channel, the Handsome Dick Manitoba program. And as I said, the Chef of the Future once a week. Coming up, I started off talking about Michael Butler. The reason I started talking about him is I just recently interviewed him, a guy who's done like 4 billion podcasts, and is a great friend. He's just a wonderful guy, very opinionated, but not in an annoying way. In a smart, well-spoken way. Love the guy. He's on, and coming up in a few days, my friend Ash, who I used to work with up at Sirius Radio when I had my own show, my own radio program. His name is Ashenafe, and he's a martial artist for years, since he's a little kid. And he and I are obsessed with UFC. I mean, we could talk UFC forever, and we did on this show. It's coming up in a few days, when the Chef of the Future is coming up too. So somewhere toward the end of the week, you're going to see the Chef of the Future, me making my chili recipe. I want to make it before it starts getting warm. Cornbread and chili, you know. And Ash, A-S-H, that's what we call him. His name is Ashenafe. He's from Trinidad, I think. We talked for a little over an hour about 97% UFC. Like, just such a great subject to talk to him about. I used to just, after every fight, before I had a podcast, before I had anything, we used to just talk about it all the time. It's really great. Here's a couple of things that got me pissed to capacity. I mean, it's such a thing as like, you know, this guy who wrote the songs in the Dictators, he writes the songs of the Dictators. He makes the money from writing the songs of the Dictators, but he thinks he owns the Dictators. He thinks he owns the air rights of the Dictators. Like Ross was guitar player for 45 years. I was the lead singer for 45 years. JP was a drummer for 20 years, about 7 times as long as any other drummer we ever had. So we went out with the band, Dictators NYC. What's wrong with that? It wasn't like the Temptations going out with the drummer, the original drummer, and that was it. That's kind of lame. We went out with a bunch of members of the band. Okay, so I'm looking online today, and I see mugs and belt buckles and T-shirts and all pictures of the Dictators, things of me without my permission. And I called them up. I said, why are you selling stuff with pictures of me and T-shirts that I sold with my name on it and everything? It's not like you bought one T-shirt and sold, which you could do. These people are making up designs, and they all said, "Well, we went to Andy, and he gave us permission." Now, how lame is that? How lame is that? I own 25% of the Dictators. I'm a stockholder in a corporation. It's called the Dictators Incorporated. I am 25% stockholder of the corporation. I wasn't told about it. I wasn't given any paperwork. I wasn't told about money. Nothing. Zero. As though I'm out. And I'm not. So that got me pissed off. But you know what? I don't give up easy. Just getting started. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun, yo. I tell you what got me pissed. What gets me pissed now. First of all, let me thank people, everybody who goes to work in the pandemic, to serve people, to take care of society as much as possible. Of course, especially the people who work in hospitals and old age homes and stuff like that. I am thankful that guys get on bicycles and deliver food to people. But here's the thing, in New York City, I'm sure it's the same in any big city. In Europe, it's like, you know, it's just like, that's the way it is. Like bicycles on the sidewalk, of course. No friggin' bicyclist knows how to ride a goddamn bicycle in New York City. And they make these bike lanes. They made thousands of bike lanes. And then they got Citibank with thousands of bikes lined up, making every street even uglier. And here's why I say nobody knows how to ride a bike. And I really don't like to give credit or to quote Jake's mom too much, but once in a while she'd say something good. And she once said, "You can't change people. What are you going to do? Teach the world how to ride a bike?" She was right. But I get angry. I get pissed at capacity, PTC. I get angry because these guys go flying by me, not even on bicycles. They got like, they're either motorized or a battery. There's like a battery or a little motor on it or something. But they're going like 20, 25 miles an hour, and they go flying by me like 18 inches away. And I scream, and I'm no kid. I'm 67 years old. I can't roll around on the ground with these guys anymore. I go, "What the fuck you doing, man? Why you could have killed me. Why don't you, all you got to do friggin' do is behind me, you're behind me, just go, behind you, on your left, on your right, behind you." I rode a bike for years all over the city. And I was behind a person, they didn't know I'm behind them. They have a right on the sidewalk to make a sudden turn without saying anything or doing anything. You don't have a right to run them over. So I stopped the guy the other day, and he tried to show me how he would have to turn his bike into me to hurt me. I said, "No. All I have to do is take a step to the right without telling you, and you would run into me." He didn't get it. He was stupid. He kept wanting to argue that he couldn't hit me unless he did something really stupid. Well, all I got to do, I told you, is move. I told the guy, all I got to do is change my mind in the way I'm walking, or see something that catches my eye 2 feet to the right, and you smash into me. So we're yelling at each other, and finally, I'm taking a picture of him with my phone, which, by the way, is 100% legal, photo or film. And he pushes my camera, my iPhone 12X. It's 12 Pro, whatever the fuck it's called. He pushes it. He pushes me. So I push him. It's like, "Don't touch my goddamn camera. Don't touch me. Don't put your hand on me." And this is ridiculous. This happens like 20 times a day. So you got a choice. Get in a fight 20 times a day or get in a fight 0 times a day. And just be super, super careful. But when you're walking on the sidewalk, you really, like on the bike lanes, yes, I look both ways. Yes. On the sidewalk, I got to look both ways on the sidewalk. I got to look 360. Pissed at capacity. And I don't care that they're delivering the damn food. Yes, what does Trump want to do with them? See what Trump would do with them. Send them home. Kidding. I'm kidding, my liberal friends. Comrade, I'm kidding. Okay, this is another thing. Excuse me. This is not piss to capacity. This is something that's been going on for, 10, 12, 15, 20 years. It just wasn't going on when I was growing up, and it wasn't going on probably into my 40s or 50s. Tip cups everywhere. Tip cups. I have a slice of pizza. Put it in the oven. A minute and a half later, turns around, hands me a slice of pizza. Tip cup. Tell your boss to pay you. What's with tip cups? I walked into a place today. My son Jake, he goes, Dad, could you bring me home some atomic wings, hot wings, wings. So I went and got wings, right? She walks 10 feet. She picks up the wings, put it in the bag, and hands it to me. Tip cup. The tip cup everywhere. Every store for everything. Guy makes you a sandwich, a tip cup. The guy could turn around 2 feet, tip cup. What is this about? Pay your workers. Stop adding stuff onto us and making us feel guilty because we don't leave your guy a tip because you pay him like shit. All right? So pay your damn guys and get rid of the stupid tip cups. You come to my table, you serve me a steak, I'll leave you a $25 tip. You turn around, hand me a slice of pizza, ugats. That's what I leave you. That's my piss to capacity. Those are the people I had to thank. It's a short one. And that's about it for today. I told you, later in the week, UFC, me and Ash. Chili. Right now, cornbread is up. And my boy Michael, Mr. San Francisco, he's up. This is the Handsome Dick Manitoba program. Chef of the Future once a week. Don't forget my podcast. Almost forgot to mention the name of my podcast. It's called You Don't Know Dick. It's very easy to look up. Just Google everything. Answer everything. People say, oh, you got to give a link. Give a link. How lazy are you? Google it. That's the answer to everything. Google it. 87 trillion pieces of information. You Don't Know Dick. Podcast. Boom. You're right there. All right? HandsomeDickManitoba.com. Donate. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening. I love you all. Stay away from that goddamn virus.